Hey beautiful! Welcome back to my tarot channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Roya. I'm an intuitive tarot oracle reader. Now my dear, I hope you're having an amazing day and everything is going fine with you. If today's not the best day, I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of positive energy, and I hope everything will be well soon. Now guys, today I'm back with another pick a card reading, and today's pick a card reading is all about channeled messages from your future spouse. So my dear, let's look into that. Let's see what messages they have for you for today. And as you can see, the candle is right here for every and each one of you guys. So we're gonna of course do a candle wax reading. Now my dear, today I would like you guys to choose one crystal. So this is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is gonna be pile 3. As always, my dear, please feel free to pause the video, or you can also meditate on the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comment section. And as always, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you. But yeah, having said that, let's begin. Hey pal one, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see what channeled messages do we have for you from your future spouse. Now my dear, as always, I already meditated for you guys, and I also already got some energies coming through. I don't know why, but for you guys, your future spouse's energy is pretty open at the moment. So that's just an extra message, I guess. Okay. And yeah, I would say let's start straight away. For my dear pile 1, let me light up your candle and let's see what channeled messages we have for you from your future spouse. Now, my dear, as always, please give me a moment to tune into the energies in here for my beautiful pile 1. What do you need to know? Or better to say, what does your future spouse want to tell you? Let's see. You guys, do you know what I heard? Oh my goodness. I heard, I crave your lips on mine. Someone wants to kiss you very, very badly. Oh my goodness. My dear, your future spouse is a very physical person. Like, this physical connection for them is definitely very huge. And of course, it depends whether you've already met them or not, whether this is coming from their higher self or whether from them, if you already know them. But one thing I can already say to you guys is that when you come together, there will be a lot of kissing. You know, touchy-feely is definitely a love language of them, and especially when it comes to you, I mean, you are their spouse, you know. It nurtures them so much, and I really feel like when it comes to the physical aspect, you and your future spouse, you're very compatible. Okay, this is some extra message, but I really feel like this is coming through. But let's see, for my dear pile 1, what messages do we have for you from your future spouse? Let's see. Wow. I'm hearing, okay, your future spouse wants you to know that they have never met someone like you before. And I'm hearing you will feel this way as well. You will definitely also like never have met someone like them. But I really, really feel like for your future spouse, it is very important for them to share with you that you will never ever understand how important you truly are to them or how much love they have for you. You know, we can say, I love you 1,000 times. And of course, this, like, we understand the message, we understand that the other person wants to express their love, they want to let us know and stuff like that, right? But still, sometimes certain feelings, they can't be put into words, or even if we try to explain them through words or sentences, it's not even close. And with your future spouse, this is really what I'm getting here. It's almost like you will never understand the amount of love that this person has for you and how important you are to them, my dear. This is coming through so like intense. Your future spouse is a very intense person. I can tell you that, okay? This could even be one of the first things that you will notice about them. How intense their energy feels to you, especially to you, my dear. Your future spouse wants you to know that I'm hearing don't allow anyone to take your crown off. Now, this could be symbolically speaking, but it's kind of like your future spouse wants to remind you that, like, don't give people the right to do anything to you, okay? Keep in mind, strong boundaries are important. And maybe, my dear pal one, I don't know whether you're aware of this or not. I'm not getting a message regarding this, but I really feel like there could be someone in your environment that maybe is either a little bit envious of you or coming back to this symbolism regarding someone taking your crown, excuse me, your crown off. Yeah, maybe someone is trying to, I'm hearing, throw you out of the pedestal so they can sit on it. What is this about? It almost feels like they want to give you this insight, to be careful regarding like who it is that you maybe connect with or who you allow into your space, your energy. I'm hearing everyone wants something valuable, but not everyone has good intentions towards it. Your future spouse is definitely someone who loves to speak metaphorically and stuff like that. I see this valuable thing as being you, okay? And yeah, it kind of feels like they maybe want to warn you a little bit regarding be aware, who wants to connect with you, who wants to be close to you, because not everyone may have the best intentions. You may be someone who is good hearted and, you want the best for everyone, but just because you don't want bad things for other people, that doesn't mean that there are not people out there who want bad things for other people, right? If you understand what I mean. So just because you would never do something doesn't mean that others wouldn't do it. And for some reason, your future spouse definitely, I feel like this is their love coming through. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. It feels very protective. It kind of feels like your future spouse, they want to protect you. And, because they maybe aren't there at your side at this moment, they want you to be or become mindful of the fact, to be protective of yourself, to make sure that you are aware of people's attentions. So this is definitely coming from a place of love, but in a very protective way. Yes, I don't know why, but I do feel like, my dear pile one, it could be the case that you it could be a very specific person, but I do feel like there could be a person in your life, maybe not the closest person to you, okay, but maybe you're somehow involved with them, maybe through work, your studies, through some kind of hobby, okay, whatever it may be, maybe in some kind of friendship circle, but someone who has their eye on you, but not in a good way. And it's kind of like your future spouse wants you to be protective of yourself. And this is not to like stress you out, but to make you aware, okay? To make you aware. So maybe when it comes to certain decisions, you think about yourself more, you think about making sure that, you know, no one can cross your boundaries and stuff like that, okay? Another thing your future spouse wants me to share with you. Yeah. Okay, this is a very interesting message because what I heard was they never knew what nurturing means or what is aura the right word. I was about to say healing aura, but maybe that's not the right word to use here. I would say they never knew how nurturing or healing a person's impact can be or influence can be on another person until they met you. So take it how it resonates for some of you guys. Once again, maybe you already met, for others, maybe you haven't, but when it comes to your future spouse, you will have a very positive influence on them. I really, really feel like you bring the best out of them and you make them want to be a better person as well. You know, sometimes we may meet people who inspire us in a lot of different ways. Maybe they inspire us to create more. Maybe they inspire us to be more motivated when it comes to our work or whatever it may be. And in this particular case, what I'm picking up on is that your energy itself is so inspiring, but it's all about the peace, okay, that you bring into your future spouse's life. Because this is what you are to them. And I feel like, my dear Pile One, when you are in a relationship with someone, you are a very nurturing person, you are a very caring person, and you have a lot of love to give. You definitely have a lot of love to share with your significant other because this is who you are. When you say yes to a relationship, there is a certain level of devotion in here. You know, you love to love, right? And I really feel like this is something your future spouse sees in you. And they not only appreciate it, but they're so grateful for having you in their life. And in addition to that, the way you are, it is so nurturing and healing to them. You know, sometimes people meet certain people who make them question like humanity, or unfortunately, maybe certain people who are not the nicest people, and maybe they make you look at people in a negative way. You know, sometimes an experience can do that. With you, it's the complete opposite. It's kind of like being with you makes a person very hopeful when it comes to the world, when it comes to good people being out there and true love being out there. And this is something your future spouse really wants to share with you because I feel like, my dear pal one, maybe you don't even know how amazing you are, or maybe you shrug it off like you don't think it's a big deal, but it is. Okay? It is such a big deal to connect with someone who has such a wonderful and honestly loving nature. it's something very precious, and your future spouse wants me to tell you that you are someone so, so precious and valuable. And let me tell you, your future spouse, they care about you so, so much. Like the energies are just, wow. Honestly, my dear pal one, I'm just gonna put it out there because this is a message I'm receiving. But as always, of course, take it how it resonates. But for some of you guys, I honestly feel like you and your future spouse could already be like, um, psychically, if that's a word, like connected. Um, there is an energy that is already like plugged in. Okay, both of you guys are connected to each other, and maybe it is more so on the 5D. Maybe this is your higher selves being connected. Okay, for others, maybe you're literally already together when it comes to the physical world, when it comes to the 3D world. You know, you already know them. However it's going to apply to you, there is a connection already there, whether it's physical or non-physical. But this is something I not only feel, but I can definitely say that your future spouse wants you to be aware of as well. If you haven't met them, okay, there is already a connection there that they know you can feel and they can feel as well. All right. Okay. You know, I've been talking about the fact that there could be some people or someone in your life that your future spouse is a little bit warning you of, maybe certain energies that just are not for your highest good. I would like to say another thing, and I feel like it's kind of your future spouse sharing with you what's to come, you know, your next life phase, or the energies in the near future. And it's that I really feel like, my dear pile one, you're about to embark on a new journey or a new time in your life. Maybe it's also connected to the new year, who knows? I mean, it's very close, but it doesn't have to be the new year. It could literally be a life phase, a new life phase, okay? And in connection to the warning that they gave in the beginning, that there could be something or someone in your energy field that's not the best fit for you, I really feel like there is a reason why it's coming through like that, because in this new phase in your life, you're not supposed to take with you what doesn't serve you. You're really supposed to go for this new beginning, but it's important to leave what doesn't serve you in the last chapter and close it. So when you embark on this new chapter or this new phase, those energies won't drain you or put you down. You know, you can level up the way you want to. All right. This is definitely a very, very important message coming through from your future spouse here. And I mean, it makes, okay, for some of you guys, it can be connected to the new year indeed, because the new year, you know, for a lot of people, they reflect on the whole year and they see what they want to take with them to the next year and whatnot. And maybe for you guys, it would be a great thing to also do, to look at your life and see what deserves to be a part of your life still, and what you want to, you know, become a part of your life, and what should be left behind in 2023, okay? But this is definitely something very major your future spouse would like to share with you. So, my dear pal one, this is all I have for you guys for today. As always, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. And as always, if you haven't, I also invite you to subscribe to the channel. If you do, my dear, don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get notified when I upload a new pick a card or candle wax reading. And my dear, as always, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. My beautiful pal one, take care, my dear. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see what channeled messages do we have for you from your future spouse. Now, my dear, as always, I already meditated for you guys, and I would say let's start straight away. Let me light up your candle. Okay. So, as always, my dear, as always, please give me a moment to tune into the energies in here for my beautiful pal, too. What channeled messages do we have for you from your future spouse? What do you need to know? What would they like to share with you? Let's see, let's see. Okay. Mm, okay. The first thing that your future spouse wants me to share with you guys is that I am hearing, I never thought I would ever end up with a person such as you. And I also, in particular, heard not even in my most beautiful dreams, okay? I heard the dreams very vividly. So, okay, I understand. So, your future spouse definitely, my dear, sees you as someone who is a gem. Honestly, there is no other way to say it. They see you as this star that not everyone can be with, and you definitely are a very high value person, and for them, they really feel like you are this gift, that life has given to them, and they don't yeah, they definitely don't take this lightly. I feel like your future spouse, they're the kind of person who's gonna value you a lot and also be grateful for you, not take you for granted, okay? For some reason, this message is really being emphasized in here. So I don't know, pal, too. Maybe you at times in your life felt like certain people don't know your worth, or they take everything you do for granted. The things that, you share with them, the way you are, the love that you carry, and stuff like that. It kind of feels like people maybe didn't really acknowledge, how valued this is. Yeah, this all is. And when it comes to your future spouse's energy, they're very, very different. In fact, I really feel like from the time your future spouse and you meet, of course, for those of you guys who haven't met, for some, maybe you already met, and you can resonate with this because you already, well, went through this experience. But for those of you guys, like when you meet for the very, very first time, your future spouse is going to have this inner knowing. Maybe it's, a gut feeling. Maybe it's their intuition. I feel like it's going to be very difficult for them to name what the sensation is. It kind of feels like their intuition, but I feel like they're not going to see that. Maybe your future spouse is not someone who's spiritual or knows certain words or concepts, and maybe they don't know anything about intuition, or they don't really believe in it, but maybe they just call it a gut feeling. However, I definitely see that when you guys meet, they will know that you're going to be someone very valuable in their life. And this is something that some people may have experienced before, others may have not, but sometimes you may meet someone, this person could become your best friend or a mentor, or in this particular case, your partner. And even when you meet them for the very first time, it's kind of like you already feel the importance that they're going to have in your life, or you know maybe it's the way you guys connect that makes you feel like, okay, this is someone very special. Maybe it's very easy to connect with them. Maybe you already feel like you know them, even though it's the first meeting. But I really feel like your future spouse is gonna have those very similar experiences with you, and this is really coming from them. So there is a reason why they will share this with you. Maybe when you guys meet for the very first time, this is not gonna come through. Like, they're not gonna show this. Maybe they're cool, calm, collected, but their higher self kind of wants you to get a glimpse regarding what's happening. And it's definitely something very major. Excuse me, my dear. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Also, my dear, yeah. Another thing I would like to share is that I'm hearing you don't even understand the amount of transformation your presence is going to bring into my life. So, your future spouse wants you to be aware of this, that they will go through a lot of changes when you enter their life or when you guys come together. And I feel like some of those changes are actually necessary in order for you guys maybe to be together, to make it work. So, for example, let me explain so maybe you guys understand this better. Let's just say someone watching this, they may live a little bit far away from their future spouse. Okay, and this is just an example, so it doesn't have to resonate with you. But let's just say there is a long distance. Obviously, in order for this relationship to then go to the next level, there may be a need to change location, for one of you guys or both of you guys, depending on the situation. And this is kind of the same energy that this also carries. Now, it doesn't have to be connected to the location, but I really feel like changes are almost like written for you guys. In your connection, in your love story, you guys have to go through changes to make this work. And maybe your future spouse is sharing this with you, so you can be aware of this. You can prepare yourself and stuff like that. But there is definitely this very transformative, I would say, energy or influence when it comes to your guys' relationship. Your future spouse wants you to know that one thing out of many, many different things that your future spouse loves about your connection so much is the fact that both of you guys are so fair to each other. Both of you guys are, honestly, there is a big keyword in your reading, and it's balance. I not only feel that you guys balance each other out very beautifully, but there is even more to it. I feel like the way you guys treat each other, it's kind of like you guys balance each other's energies, lives. Even if one of you guys is a little bit maybe anxious, or you feel like you're moving away from your inner center, I feel like the other person knows very well how to deal with that, or maybe how to support you so you can find back to your center, you can find your balance back. There is love, support in here. There is a lot of I have your back and you have my back kind of energy. And these are two equals coming together here. And this is something that your future spouse honestly loves about your connection so, so much. With you, it feels like being with an equal. You guys are very compatible, my dear. Very, very compatible. For some reason, I'm even getting birth chart, okay? Your birth charts could also be very compatible. I know that in some cultures, that's very important, that they look into the charts and stuff like that to see whether the energies of two people are compatible and stuff like that. So this is a message coming through, very random, but it could be important for someone. Your future spouse, my dear. One second, I'm receiving a message. Okay. Another thing I would like to say here, okay, this feels like a very long, okay, yeah, very long energy, or message, better to say. But what I'm getting is that for some of you guys, maybe it is a little bit difficult for you at times to connect with others, or maybe you really treasure your energy, you're very protective on your energy, and you could be someone very sensitive, you can pick up on the things happening around you. So you like to be by yourself, you like to nurture your energy, because maybe crowded places or places that there is a lot going there, maybe it can be a little bit overwhelming. What I'm getting is that your future spouse is, I don't know why your future spouse is almost like giving me a lot of messages regarding your relationship, but I mean, there could be a reason for it. Maybe some of you guys, you came into this reading and, you had this intention and it's influencing the reading. But what I was about to say is, I really feel like your future spouse, once again, they're very supportive, of you. Like, they don't judge you. They don't think this or that is weird, or you should do this even though you don't want to. They're going to be very understanding. They're going to be very supportive once again. Yeah, this reading, keywords balance and support for sure, or supportive. And I feel like this is something you guys may desire, or maybe something that is very important to you, that you have a partner who doesn't judge you, for the things that are due to you. Because maybe for some of you guys, throughout your life, or specifically within romantic relationships, however, it could also be beyond the romantic relationships. For example, for those of you guys who have not even been in relationships yet, maybe it's more so about your family or friends, but however it's going to apply to you, it could be the case that you sometimes really felt like talking about the things that are important to you, or doing things that are important to you, people kind of side eye you, or they don't really understand the amount of importance that something, you know, is to you. Maybe you're also someone who likes to look into alternative things, or things that are not really mainstream, and you at times felt like people are a little bit judgy regarding that. However, it's going to apply to you. The message in here is that when it comes to your future spouse, you can put your energy into what is important to you, or you can do what you feel like is nurturing to you, what is important to you, without fearing or doubting whether your future spouse is gonna understand it or not. Sometimes people are in certain relationships and they feel like they have to do something that they actually don't want to do. And I don't mean like small things, because of course, to some extent, relationships are also compromising. But I'm talking here like about things that you really don't want to do, such as, let's just say you have a partner and they want you to party with them all the time, but maybe being in such places makes you anxious, or you feel like are not good for you, and maybe they're pushing you and pressure you and stuff like that. I mean, of course, that's not something that a person would like to experience, right? And this is just an example with like the going out. It could be anything else. And with your future spouse, you don't have to worry about that, okay? Because this is all about creating a safe space for each other, and feeling safe with the other person. That's another major thing here. Oh my goodness, why am I getting so many messages regarding your relationship? Like, this is so different from Pal 1, because in Pal 1, I really got like channeled messages from their future spouse, like direct messages coming through. But with you guys, it kind of feels like your future spouse has opened a door, and the messages are coming through. However, it's like messages about your relationships in particular, So maybe this is important to someone. Maybe someone watching this, they really need to hear this, Maybe you're someone who it is so important for you to feel safe like that in a relationship. And, you know, maybe it's something that you've always desired, or could be one of the like highest priorities to you when it comes to a relationship. I'm pretty sure there is a reason why this reading turned this way. But this is still coming from them. They want you to be aware of this. They want you to know that it is so important for them to know that you feel safe with them. And they want you to be aware of this. That for them, your safety, your peace, are the highest priorities, your well-being, and that they would never ever put you into certain spaces, or make you do certain things that you don't want, because they would never disrespect you like that. Okay? This is very, very important for your future spouse. This is truly a heart, yeah, this is a message which is coming from their heart center. So, so important to them, yeah. So, my dear pile 2, this is actually all I have for you guys for today. Yeah, this reading definitely turned a little bit different, but I believe that whenever a reading, goes a certain way, there is a reason for it. And for you guys, these messages were what you were meant to hear today. But my dear, as always, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading or the messages. Also, my dear, as always, if you haven't, I also invite you to subscribe to the channel. If you do, my dear, don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get notified when I upload a new pick a card or candle wax reading. And my dear, as always, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. My beautiful pal 2. Take care, my dear. Hey pal 3, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see what channeled messages do we have for you from your future spouse. Now, my dear, as always, I already meditated for you guys, and I would say let's start straight away. Let me light up your candle. All right, so as always, my dear, please give me a moment to tune into the energies in here for my beautiful pal 3. What channeled messages do we have for you from your future spouse? Let's see. What do you need to know? What would they like to share with you? Okay. Okay, that's very interesting, my dear. The first message that I'm receiving is Your future spouse wants you to know that it will be so easy for you to steal their heart. This was literally what I got. Yeah. Oh my god. This sounds very romantic, but I mean for some of you guys maybe it's going to come across as very cheesy, but this was a very like seriously meant message. Your future spouse wants you to know that you're not even going to know how easy or how fast they will fall in love with you. They will fall for you. And of course, my dear, take it how it resonates, because for some of you guys, maybe you've already met this person and you're getting, an insight regarding what happened at the time, how easy it was for them to fall in love with you. And for others, if you haven't met them, then this is something they want to share with you, their higher self. They want you to know that it will be very, very easy for you to. I know why I'm hearing to enchant them. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Health 3. Um, yeah, I'm hearing I can't resist it. I can't fight it, and I don't even want to. Your future spouse, they genuinely want to allow those feelings to take over. I really feel like, okay, for some of you guys, I'm hearing they want me to tell you that you're their love of their life. Okay, so, okay, we went from 0 to 100 pretty quickly here. I feel like your future spouse has a lot to say when it comes to their emotions and when it comes to their feelings. And these could be things that they will not tell you in person. You know, maybe they're not very vocal. Excuse me, not local, but vocal. Maybe they're not very vocal when it comes to their emotions and stuff like that. And maybe that's why it means a lot to do it here, to let all the sensations and emotions that you will trigger within them in a positive way. Your future spouse wants you to know that there will be a time in which they want to take things slow. And your future spouse wants you to know that it has nothing to do with, okay, actually it has everything to do with you. Let me let me correct that. It has everything to do with you, because it's just going to be so intense, my dear, and although they would love to rush into this, okay, and let you know and just jump into this relationship with you, they're still gonna hold back because they want to build this connection on a firm foundation. But they still want you to know that they're not gonna take it slow because you're not important to them or because they don't want to prioritize you. And in fact, they're doing it because you are so important to them. You know, they take this so serious and they want something with you which is not short term or just, a very fun and fast ride, but they want you guys to create something which is much more meaningful, which is a true connection and especially commitment. Let me tell you one thing, my dear. Even if your future spouse is not really gonna show this in your face, but they will consider you as a serious commitment pretty early on. This is something which is coming through so clearly. I know why we're getting so many insights regarding their thoughts and feelings when it comes to the beginning of the relationship, but hey, this is something they want to share with you. There is a reason, right? And your future spouse wants you to know that they're holding back a lot, okay? They will control themselves a lot and hold back a lot because there is so many things that they want to experience with you. They would like to talk with you about, but they're holding back because I'm hearing there is the right time for everything. And first, for them, the most important priority would be to create this firm foundation for you guys to, you know, build a commitment on or a good relationship on. Your future spouse wants me to tell you that one of the first things they will notice about you is this mysterious energy that you carry within yourself. Yeah, you remember, my dear, in the beginning I said enchanting? This is how they are describing you. In your future spouse's eyes, you are a magical, enchanting being, you know? It's kind of like you put a spell on them. And for them, when you guys meet, life will become even more magical. I don't know whether you guys maybe are very spiritual and you share certain concepts with them, which allows them to expand their mind, you know, beyond the matrix and really look outside the box and see the beautiful magic that the universe carries, you know? Maybe this is something that is totally new to them, and through you, they will, for the maybe even first time, get in touch with their own spirituality, with being open minded to certain concepts and stuff like that. It's kind of like you introduce them to this magic. And at the same time, it's not only about you introducing them to this, but you yourself, you also carry this magic within yourself. And I mean, we all do, right? Um, we're not only living in this universe, but we are a part of this universe. We are this universe, you know? And I really, really feel like you make them understand this, that within us there lays so much potential that a lot of people are not understanding because they're, you know, either just sleeping and they're not aware of this. But it's kind of like you're awakening them to this. You're awakening them to even their own greatness. And I, in particular, heard spiritual potential. Pile 3, you're going to have a huge impact on your future spouse when it comes to this. You may even literally be the reason for them when it comes to a spiritual awakening, even. But you yourself, you know, I feel like maybe you even, for some of you guys, not for everyone, but for some, maybe you even like to do certain things that make you appear more magical. You know, maybe it's because you like to dedicate your time to a lot of things that people would consider spiritual, magical. I'm even hearing witchy. Maybe for some of you guys, you think of yourself also very highly, and you see yourself as, you know, as a vessel, as a goddess, as a god, and you like to think very highly of yourself because you know your worth and you know that you're connected to infinite potential, and you carry this in your energy as well. Of course, you don't introduce yourself maybe like this to a stranger, but the way you carry yourself, the way you talk, you know, the energy that you're giving off, it is very powerful, and it may very well come off as very mysterious, and why your future spouse is gonna pick up on this. Maybe in the beginning they will not understand it, but the more they get to know you, and you know, all the concepts that I've been talking about that, you know, you will bring closer to them, it will maybe then make sense. But your future spouse definitely thinks very highly of you, and you also think very highly of you. You're the kind of person who lives by example, and at the time when you will meet them, this is what you are, so people will pick up on it. Wow. Okay, another thing that your future spouse wants you to know is that, oh my goodness, today the messages are so, so sweet. I'm hearing, one second, it's longer, one second. Okay, so what I picked up on was they want me to share with you that with you it's gonna be very easy for them to imagine a future with. Maybe for your future spouse, at times, the partners that they had in the past, it was a little bit difficult for them to, for example, imagine this person as a future parent of their child. And of course, this is just an example. I know not everyone wants to, have children, but this is just so you guys understand this message better. It kind of feels like with you, a lot of things just make sense. And also, I'm hearing you will always be the most valuable thing in my life. And I saw the Ten of Pentacles in my mind, which is very interesting because the Ten of Pentacles is one of the most valuable cards in the tarot, like symbolically speaking, for wealth and stuff like that, for abundance. And it was kind of like we have the Ten of Pentacles here, and then here's you. And even though the Ten of Pentacles carries like such a wealthy energy, still you are much more abundant and more valuable to them than this. So I really feel like for them, no amount of money or no experience, nothing can be as more valuable than you. This is kind of the message that I got from this picture in my mind. And I really feel like, my dear pile 3, this could even be your life partner, your lifelong partner, because I can't even describe to you guys how serious your future spouse is about you and about this connection. Honestly, it's like you are the person that they've been waiting for. And I don't know why, but a lot of things that I say that they share with me sounds a little bit cheesy, but it's actually romantic. It's actually their raw feelings. Well, it depends on how you see it, right? For some people, those things could be very cheesy. For others, they're not. They're just very romantic or very beautiful. So yeah, however it's gonna apply to you, but I really feel like it means a lot to your future spouse. Like, genuinely, it means a lot for them to share these words with you, because maybe this will be words that are difficult for them to share with you in person. So creating a space here for you to look into that, and to for them to open up like this, and you listening to it and understanding it, it means a lot to them. Excuse me, my dear. Another thing I would like to say here is, I don't know why. One second. Okay, it's kind of like your future spouse they want me to share with you that you can always count on their advice and you can always count on their guidance. Now, while I was receiving this message, I don't know why I also got like the word mentor coming through. Now, that doesn't mean they are your mentor. So, I mean, we have a lot of people watching. The situation in which you guys may meet your future spouse is going to be different for every each one of you guys. They don't have to literally be your mentor or teacher, stuff like that. But still, I feel like they may like to not take on that role, but they would like you to reach out to them, whenever you feel like you need this, whenever you feel like you need maybe a advice or someone to maybe discuss something with. And I really feel like, my dear pile 3, you're gonna love doing so. Maybe your future spouse is also someone very experienced, and I'm particular, I'm also hearing wise, so you really like to get maybe their view on something. It's also that I'm hearing your future spouse will present to you different ways to look at something, which is gonna be, yeah, which you're gonna appreciate a lot, by the way, as well. It allows you to expand your mind, to expand your knowledge. So you will learn certain things from your future spouse. Yeah, for my dear pal 3, your energy, it's a little bit similar to pal 2 in the sense that I'm receiving a lot of messages about your relationship rather than channeled messages directly from them. I'm getting a lot of insights regarding your relationships, who your future spouse is, but it kind of feels like um, that's where they put the emphasis on. For example, in Pal 1, it really was like channeled messages directly from them and what they want you to know, message after message. But with you guys, your future spouse, they need you to know certain things about themselves or about their relationship right now, more so than maybe, um, yeah, I really, really feel that. There is a reason why. So, your future spouse is going to take you very, very serious from the beginning. And they're going to take this relationship very, very serious from the beginning. I don't know who needs to hear that, but this is something that has importance in it. Yeah. My dear pile 3, this is all I have to share with you guys for today. I am not receiving anything else. Now, my dear, as always, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. And as always, my dear, if you haven't, I also invite you to subscribe to the channel. If you do, my dear, don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get notified when I upload and you pick a card or candle wax reading. And my dear, as always, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. My beautiful pal 3, take care, my dear.